Jeffco Public Schools is suing the Trump administration after the Department of Education challenged the district's policies surrounding transgender students. The government is also threatening the already struggling district's funding. 9 News reporter Janelle Finch took a closer look at the lawsuit that was filed yesterday.
The district says it would have to violate state anti-discrimination laws in order to meet federal demands. Jeffco says that the two are in conflict and it simply can't comply with both. So in the suit, they're asking for a judge to tell them which law to break. The district receives more than $50 million in federal funding each year. Jeffco is asking a court to rule on if it can keep that money while still following Colorado law. This all stems from a March accusation from the Department of Education that Jeffco was violating Title IX. The federal government said it found 61 boys on Jeffco girls' sports rosters and violated civil rights of female students. The lawsuit says the district told the feds it had no boys competing on girls' teams and that the government misread the rosters, which included male mascots, trainers, and managers. Jeffco says it has repeatedly asked the feds to publicly address the error, but they refused.
We asked the U.S. Department of Education to discuss the issue, but a spokesperson told us they don't comment on pending litigation. Governor Polis is deciding not to resolve a problem with immigration enforcement. ICE has been trying to get information from the state about anyone who is sponsoring children who entered the country illegally and alone. The agency says it's to make sure that children are not living with dangerous, unvetted people or to make sure that they're not being trafficked. Colorado law blocks state and local governments from sharing this information, though. Governor Polis was going to turn over the details anyway, but a state employee sued to stop that. The governor says at this point, he is going to let the next governor decide how to handle the situation. Aurora City officials are now demanding leaders of the ICE facility comply with health investigators' request to be let inside to look into a tuberculosis case. That case was reported a month ago.
People were exposed, and so we don't know how many people, and so that's the problem. I think it's particularly in close quarters. It is highly infectious. It is difficult. It's not easy to treat.
ICE maintains there's only been one confirmed case of TB, and that person was treated and deported. But health officials still need to confirm no one else was exposed and that it was handled correctly. Mayor Mike Kaufman is now threatening legal action against the facility if they don't let public health officials inside. We reached out to the GEO group that runs the facility to ask if they'll comply, but they once again referred us to ICE, and ICE has not responded. Well, more storms are expected to hit Colorado today, and we've talked about the flash flooding risk for burn scars. And yesterday, it didn't take time, or much time rather, for heavy rain to take a toll on the land burned by the Aspen Acres burn scar in southern Colorado. The amount that flowed down some roads looked like some small rivers, as you can see. Flooding also affected Highway 165 near Beulah so much that the roadway there is still closed. This is all the water that flooded the area yesterday. CDOT says at one point they were using snowplows to try and keep highways clear, but the rain turned it into a very muddy mess. And not only are heavy downpours and hail possible in the higher elevations, but also down here in the metro. As of right now, though, it's nice and pretty clear. So what kind of timing are we talking about? And are there some areas more likely to see rain than others? Let's get some answers from our senior meteorologist, Chris Bianchi. Hey, Chris.
Hey, thanks so much, Sam. And yeah, we are talking about some storms this afternoon. Best chance for those will be south and east of downtown Denver. We do have here in the Lookout Mountain camera some of those storms starting to go up. You can see that pretty clearly here with those kind of towering cumulonimbus clouds developing, an indication that those storms not far away from getting going there in the foothills if they haven't already. Fort Morgan had some pretty good storms yesterday. Things looking quiet here for now. That'll change later today. Flood watch for southern Colorado, including Castle Rock, Douglas, most of Douglas County, as well as Elbert and Lincoln counties, and much of southern Colorado. That's where we saw a lot of that rain yesterday, and we're going to see more of those showers and storms later on this afternoon with that potential for flash flooding. We've got some storms already firing up in the foothills, and we'll see those crawl their way into the metro area as we head over the next couple of hours with the potential for some localized flash flooding, some lightning, some gusty winds as well. I'm going to have details on all of that and time it out in more detail for you in just a few minutes.
All right, Chris, thank you. A new wildfire in southwestern Colorado is forcing people out of their homes. The Rio Blanco fire started earlier this week in Archuleta County, just south of Pagosa Springs. It has burned about 120 acres. Pagosa Springs High School is set up for evacuees. It's not clear just yet what started that fire. The Adams County Sheriff's Office says the death of a man who was found in a bridge this past weekend does not appear to be suspicious. Firefighters found the body while searching inside the 70th Avenue overpass. There's now a padlock on the access panel to keep others out, but we have learned there have been people living in the other overpasses in the metro. Various law enforcement agencies are working to stop it. While the Cyclospora investigation continues, Colorado health officials are reporting a surge in a different kind of illness, Salmonella. 250 cases have been reported just this month. Numbers over the last 5 years show Colorado has been averaging half that amount, about 125 cases in July. The Colorado Department of Health says they haven't found any food, restaurant, or supplier that may be causing the surge. And of course, you can avoid salmonella illness by washing hands frequently when handling food and cooking chicken, pork, and seafood all the way before eating it. Fans of country music singer Moroney are talking today about her sudden exit from last night's concert at Ball Arena. She had only played 3 songs when she made an announcement to the crowd.
I thought I did everything to make myself better, and then obviously 2 songs in, I just can't play this show tonight. But I will make it up to you guys. I absolutely promise I'll be back.
Moroney added that she was sick and it was the hardest decision she's ever had to make, but she said she'll be back, and not long after the show ended, she did post the show is rescheduled for August 27th and all tickets will be honored.